Well, hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I'm going to do something that I really needed to do for a long time, and that is the Lee sizing die kit bullet hack, no jams. Now you guys have seen me just recently in one of my recent videos. I was sizing these bullets right here for the 38 357. These are the 110 grain bullets. You guys seen me in my Trail Boss video. These are odd shaped bullets like this, and a lot of times these odd shaped bullets will give us trouble in our sizing die kits as the ram pushes the bullet up through the sizing die. These bullets, because of the odd shape, can turn sideways and lock into one another, and as you're sizing the bullets, it pushes our sizing die cup off the press and our bullets go everywhere. And you guys see me shake it up and it's 10 bullets flying, and looked like I was getting a little rowdy. So in the past I have done things to mitigate this issue. Most of the time I just deal with it and give it a little shake and everything goes okay. But let's be honest, it's very frustrating. So in the past what I've done is I've just took a simple strip of paper like this and I've rolled it up, you know, to about the size of maybe a 45 caliber bullet or so, and then I'm not going to go crazy here, and then I'd take a piece of tape. I just roll the paper up like that. That's quite large actually, but you guys get the idea. I'll go ahead and I just put a piece of tape on it to hold it together like that, and then I've taken it and I've stuffed it inside here, and you know, now that one's not perfect because it don't fit like I want it, but it'll work. It would work like that. And then, you know, I jimmy up a piece of tape around it like this, and what that'll do is it'll send the bullets flying down through the hole, and it decreases the diameter of this hole, and completely takes away any chance of any bullets turning sideways in there, locking up, so they just feed out the top. Now, it took me a little while just now, but eventually I got this thing to start lifting, and here it goes. This is what it looks like when it's a problem. See, I'm sizing the bullet right there, and then if we were to put another one in here, what happens is, okay, we're going to do another one. You're not paying attention to what you're doing, and the whole thing goes. So this can be a problem. Now this time, guys, I dropped several bullets. You should be proud of Elvis Ammo. So I got a little hack that we're going to do, and I've not done it yet, so I'm going to do it right here for you, and we're just going to see if it works. Alright, so here's the idea. What I'm going to do ultimately is I'm going to fill this up with hot glue, and there's other things you can do like I showed you before. You could use your paper and tape it in there temporarily, but what I thought I would do is once I make one of these, then I can use this sizing die cup for all of my sizing dies, because that's the reason that these things are an issue to begin with, is Lee makes one style. It don't matter whether it's for, you know, the 45 sizing die, or if it's for the 357 or 9mm. So what ends up happening is we end up with this large hole here that ammo of different shapes and sizes can get turned and jammed. So I'm going to make one of these. Now I can make as many as I want. I'm thinking another one that can be a problem for us sometimes is long rifle bullets, like the 308's diameter. So you could make a 308 diameter and make it like 50 thousandths over, and then you can probably use that for all of your rifle bullets, including your 223s. So what I've done is I'm going to just use this sharp edge on this screwdriver, this corner right here, and I'm just going to cut into this. You can do it however you want, but I'm just drawing nice thick lines by cutting right into that cup right there. And if I mess this one up, I have plenty of extras. So I'm just going to cut and draw lines in there, so when then I put my hot glue in, it will stay, hopefully, right, and not try to come out. So alright, I got some grooves in there. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to make sure it's clean. So I'm going to bring out my pure acetone by Sally Hansen, right? Is that Sally Hansen? I don't know. Some kind of beauty secrets, right? Okay, it's just acetone, guys. So I'm going to put some acetone on a rag, and just because I don't just want to be sure that this thing's going to be clean inside here. There's no kind of lube from our bullets and that kind of thing that's going to allow the hot. Oh yeah, that did real good. It wiped my plastic away too. So that's all it takes, is just a little bit of that. We'll clean it right up. And I still got lines in there. So now what I'm going to do is I decided, since I'm Elvis ammo, I would make this cool, and I would use a shotgun shell, and I would just remove this rim around the shotgun shell like that with my grinder. I just filed it right off, and it actually makes the perfect tool to fit into the bottom to plug this hole. So when I fill it with hot glue, it's exactly where I want it, so that this can still go over the die. So it's also just so happens made it kind of nice because I can I can put it like that in my drill press table and just let it sit like this while I fill it. So, and then I'll probably have a shotgun impression on the bottom that I'm going to end up drilling out. Anyway, here we go. I'm just going to fill this thing up, right? Just going to fill this whole thing up, and then I'm going to drill it out, and we'll just see if this thing works. I've really dealt with this for a long time before I've actually done something about it like this, and I've done some other things besides the paper that worked, but I'm thinking that this might be just a permanent solution. So I'm just going to fill that all the way up, and that's it, like that. And hopefully that will hopefully that'll set up in there real good and stay. Make sure I'm level. It really don't have to be perfect anyway, but I should have put a little bit of lube on my shotgun shell. That's what I should have done. You guys are probably screaming at me saying, man, you should have lubed that shotgun shell bottom up so the glue didn't stick to it. Yeah, I know it. But I didn't hear you hollering before I went and did it. So let's let that set up and take a look and see what happens. Alright, so what I done is I let this set up until it got a little bit foggy, and then I went ahead and released, by giving this a little pull and a twist, released the shell just because I didn't want it to stick, and it came off real easy, and it did leave a little impression of a head stamp in there. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to drill it out anyway. So now what I have here is I have a 1/2 inch drill bit. And it measures right there. Alright, so you know, well over what a 45 caliber would be, for instance, at sizing them at 4.52. So we're, you know, 5/1000ths, 50/1000ths of an inch over. So what this will do for us is this will allow us to pretty much run any one of our bullets through it. So that's the whole idea. So now I'm just going to center up this this drill bit, and I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't really see the point in making it absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and then I'm just going to grip it and hold it. And I've got the bit set to where it's going to just make it past the glue. And I got it running kind of slow. Oh, I know one thing I'd like to do. I want to lube that drill bit. So I'm just going to simply use a rag with some rim oil and just wipe the bit down. And what this might do is keep it from getting gooey if it heats up at all. I don't know. It's just an extra added precaution, right? So there we go. So now let's try this. Center this up, just kind of eyeball it. That looks pretty good, and I'm just going to grip it and pray. All the way in, boom, and it looks like it worked out pretty good. I didn't want it to be spinning too fast. I got a little plug left right there, which is actually kind of cool. You'll see why if I can get it out. Okay, you can see a little imprint of the casing. So that worked out pretty good right there. I'm glad I put the lube on it because I feel like that actually worked out pretty good doing that. And then I have just a little piece of slag there. That's probably not an issue. Feels like it's in there pretty good. And I'll clean that up right there. give that a little bit of a cleanup. Maybe a piece of sandpaper, something hot, smooth it out. It won't take much of anything just to clean it up a little bit, and we'll try this sucker out. Alright, so I cleaned this up a little bit. One thing that I wanted to do is, well, first of all, you might be able to see that my eyeball in it wasn't exactly in the center, but it turned out good anyway. So the whole idea is once I drilled it, because this is experimental, I'm doing this for the first time right here for you guys. So I'm learning too. But what I done was I had to, because it was roughed up in there, and the ledge of the glue was sticking out a little bit from the rim. So I just grabbed a few things like a step bit like this, and I put it in there with my hand and turned it until I wanted a cone shape right here. You know, I didn't want a ledge at all. So, and then one of the best things that I found to do was just to make a cone with an old piece of sandpaper like this, and stick it in here and keep spinning it, and that built it out pretty good for me. And then to finish it off, because it was still rough, and you can't have it rough when the bullets go through, it's going to catch. So the best thing that worked after I build this out with this cone is I just sprayed a little bit of rim oil in there, and I run the cone through it, and the solvent in the rim oil smoothed this puppy right out for me. Perfect. And that was the winner. So now let's see if it works. It actually smoothed out pretty good. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it was really rough inside from the drill bit. I'm just going to try to give you a view like that. It's nice and smooth. It's not perfect, but it's close to perfect. So now we'll just put that back on there, and we'll run some bullets. But I know this is going to work because I've used other things similar to this in the past, but they just weren't permanent. So now the bullets cannot all gather together, lock up, and send the top flying. So guys, I think this is going to work. This is a good hack. Yep, here at Elvis Ammo's Redneck Research Laboratory, we aim to improve on the casting and reloading society. So there we go, right there. So this is going to be my process now. So you can run this, or you can run 45s through it. This is the we'll just see if the 45 can run through it, right? There's the one I just made, and whatever I did with my stem. You guys probably looking at it. Where'd my stem go? Anywho, I guess it don't really matter, but 45 will run through it as well. See? So we can run all the way up to 45 with that hack. YouTube, I'm glad I could share this with you guys. Hopefully, I know you guys all have probably a story when it comes to this sort of thing, because we've all struggled with this sort of thing. So let me know in the comments, and let me know what you've done to solve this issue, and what you think of this hack. I'll see you guys in the next video.